Hello, welcome to Spy Money. I want to show you the Spy Money Zones indicator. The way it works is it's looking for the pullbacks that you have, and once you get a pullback and you have your wick and it starts drawing out your zones. It's not really too hard as far as the way it works. A lot of people trade this just manually drawing out the zones and so forth, but when you do that, it makes it hard, especially if you have, say, you've got a bunch of markups in here and you got a bunch of lines everywhere going ever doing whatever. When you click your delete button, it would delete your zones too if you had them manually drawn. So what we did was went ahead and made an indicator that will draw these zones out for you, and you can choose these on different time frames. So if say you're trading, 1 minute chart, but you want to see the zones on a 5 minute chart, or maybe you're trading a tick chart and you want to see the zones on a 5 minute or 10 minute or whatever, you can change those so to make it work better for you. I'm a scalper, so I trade the zones based on the time frame that I'm trading. So in this particular case, I mean, you can look through here and see that, when this come down, right here was one zone and it hit it, popped out. Right here was another one. We had a lot of accumulation right here, and then finally it come down, broke this one, and then popped back up. So if we look back, we can see, without having to go back and draw them, we can just see where our zones are. So if we're trading like this, we know that we have a support area here. It just makes it easier instead of going back and looking at different things. It lets you know where to go. Now on this one, it doesn't have any zones here because we have to go back more days. So what you would have to do is just make sure you got enough days. If you see zones in here, then you don't need to draw them. Like through here, if you're scalping, you don't need to go back any further because you have plenty of zones here and here. When we broke this one, our next zone is looking to go up here. More than likely, on Sunday evening, we'll probably gap up and fill this gap right here to where it dropped down. So this gap down, and when it did, now we're filling it up. And if you notice, you'll see a W pattern here that we've actually already filled. But if you come down here and to right here, and we're probably coming back up to here. That's probably what we're doing. But we won't know until market opens and see what's going on with it. But looking at this, we can see that there are no more zones here because we had this big drop, and since we went up, we are more than likely going to go up here. So if you had to draw all this out, it gets annoying to do because you can see there's a lot of zones. You can also make this to where, when different settings, you can do, like your zones can be based on like an average of this body. It can do on the wick only. It can do the close, the open. You can change this to whatever you want it to do. Me personally, I like to use it on the wicks because I like to see where the price has moved to. And once I see that, that's just for me, it works better. So when you include these zones with your scalper, and the scalper is my main trading tool that I use, my trading indicator that I use, and it helps me with my entries. It works better. But when I see these zones and it comes down, this zone wasn't made yet, but when this one comes down close to it and starts coming up, we feel a lot more comfortable getting in this up through here. So it just makes it better. One good one is when this went up and we pulled into here, and then we went through, but we pushed up. We can get in right there and maybe get in a little bit sooner than what our scalper indicator is and pick up a little more money. If we did that, we'd put our stop just below the wick there and let it run. Same thing down here. We have, all this support being built. As the support's being built, we know that, one of two things can happen here. We could come back down to here, but if we just kept on buying off of here and just put our stop down below, then, we may have a losing trade there, but if we do have the winner, then it'll take off. So we're building the support. The zones are very important. You can see this one here. We had a zone from all the way back to here. And this one shot all the way up into here, pushed up, and the sellers pushed it right back down. So this kind of works the same with order flow. When the sellers push it down, it may come back up, but they'll defend this position in order to push it down more. So when you start seeing your zones laid out, it'll actually work better for you. And yes, you can draw all these out. You don't really know for sure where to draw them out, but you can draw them out and draw them off your wicks and have the same function that I have. But why would you want to spend all that time doing that when your zones will just automatically pop up for you? So we include this indicator in our SpyBot or our Ninja lease, and in the Ninja lease we have all the indicators in there. You can purchase this one on the website, and it does a good job. So if you have your own strategy but you're looking for zones, this would be a good indicator to add to your toolbox in your NinjaTrader indicators. It works very well. And as far as you have any questions or anything, you can always just get a hold of me, and I'll show you how you can do that right now. We can go to our website. If you go up to the contact, click on that one, and it will open this up. Put all your information in. Make sure that you check your spam or add me to a spam folder. Sometimes it goes to spam. And if you're looking for the Ninja Suite in order to join the lease program to where you get all of the indicators on our website. So if you don't really know what indicator to use, maybe it's better for you to try this out. But you also get all of these other indicators that you cannot lease or buy on my website. And the Sweet Scalper is that's my main go-to indicator that works very well. And I'll also use the institution indicator. It's in part of it. I use the zones and the balance. I use those four. Occasionally I will use the shaker on my trading. So I'll have 5 indicators at times. Use the shaker kind of for overall direction. I use the institution. There's a video on it on the website or on the YouTube and the website that you can watch, and it will show you how to utilize it in order to know when the institutions are buying and selling. And we also, down at the very bottom, you can lease it down here. So you click down here and you can go ahead and lease it. It is for 30 days. You can cancel anytime you like. Over 90% of the people keep leasing. We also have the funded accounts. You can go down to your funded accounts. These are the ones we currently recommend. They all do pretty good. They all have their little quirks about them, but for the most part, all 3 of them do a pretty good job. If you're wanting fast money, these 2 over here. If you're looking long-term commitment to use it, this one over here. Me personally, I think you ought to use one of these 2, get your fast money, put it in your own account, start trading your own account, and not even trade these. The tax advantages are better on your own than using those. But if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. Again, what we're looking at is the zone indicator and also the scalper suite. Those are the 2. The scalper suite is only available in the Ninja Suite package, and the zones you can buy or lease that on its own. Have any questions, let me know. Be looking forward to hearing from you.